Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Day One presentation. I'm Mark Seaforth. I'm your president and founder, and tonight I get to share with you something that is literally going to change this entire industry. 4 months ago, I was contemplating retirement. I'd really decided, you know what? I have had an unbelievable run. This industry has given me everything I could ever want and a lot more. I've lived a life that's just, to me, is beyond anything I've ever dreamed of, coming from a poor family. And I went to Charlotte to do a meeting, and I was thinking, I think it's time maybe I turn this thing over to the young guns and kind of let them run the show going forward. Because I was looking at Day One, I'm thinking, we got really good products, and we got a great concept in being consumers for charity, the idea of being able to give back and help others, and we had a really, what I thought was a very, very good comp plan. It was as good as anything in the industry, and we paid well. But there was just something that just wasn't there. And, as a guy that's always liked to have that edge, I guess maybe because I'm like most people, I want it to be easy. So anyway, I was up there doing the meeting. My wife and I decided to go to Boone, do a little skiing, relax for a few days. And I wanted to talk to her more about my whole idea of retirement. Well, something really crazy happened while we were there. A huge snowstorm. It was back in February. It's one of the biggest snowstorms I think I've ever had in that area in a long, long, long time. I had no phone communication. I had no internet communication. I had no TV. And I was snowed in. I couldn't even drive anywhere. So I'm sitting there in a cabin with absolutely my wife and I and couldn't do anything. So I sat there and said, you know what? I've always dreamed of, doing something really different in this industry, and I've written comp plans in the past. I'm going to try to write a comp plan. I'm going to try to write a comp plan for the ages, a comp plan that would benefit everybody, where people wouldn't get left behind, where they wouldn't get hung out, and everybody would have a chance to have success, because I believe in this industry with all my heart, because it's treated me so well. So I started working on this, and like anything, I had no idea what I was doing. I'm just writing and throwing away, writing ideas, throwing them away, writing and throwing things away. All of a sudden I hit it. And I was writing this thing. I don't even know where it came from. And all of a sudden it just started to flow. And it all came together. And I called my wife over and I said, you're not going to believe this. I said, I just wrote $1 billion comp plan. And she looked at me and said, yeah, right. And I went, no, I'm serious. I have written a comp plan unlike anything that's ever existed before in this industry, something that I believe can change the entire industry. It will make every other comp plan obsolete. And she says, are you kidding me? I said, no, I'm serious. Well, folks, because of that, I can't retire now, because I know we've got something really special. I'm going to share that with you tonight. Before I do, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the company as well, and I'm going to do it through a very simple PowerPoint presentation. So let's go take a look at that, and I'm going to tell you the story of Day One, what we have, but more importantly, where we're going with this compensation plan. This will take just a moment. Okay, it's up. Welcome to Day One, ladies and gentlemen. And now you get to hear the story. And this is a story that I believe is going to change everything in this industry in the next couple of years. And I don't think there's anybody that won't want to be involved in what we're doing. Now, it takes a while for something like that to happen. It's not like you just flip a switch and it happens tomorrow. But it's the type of thing that once we get this information out there, and we're going to be getting it out there in a very, very fast way, people are going to start hearing about this. They're going to start talking to people, and everybody's going to be talking to everybody. And anybody that's ever been in network marketing, anybody that's in network marketing, anybody that's never done it is going to be interested in what we're doing here at Day One. So a quick overview. First, products. Obviously, to make all this work, you got to have products, and you got to have good products. And we really do. I mean, for example, we have the Nature Burst. It's a tremendous product. It's a product I've always said that every man, woman, and child in America can use and use every day and use for the rest of your life. It's safe, it's good, it's healthy. It's a really, really good product. So it starts with that. You got to have the good products. We've got Nature Burst, and really our flagship product is probably Day Cafe Slim. And the reason that that's such an unbelievable product is it does one thing that I really enjoy, and that is I lose weight with it. I've lost 30 pounds so far taking Decafe Slim, and I do it by just enjoying a great cup of coffee. So how easy is that when you're drinking a product that everybody in America loves, but at the same time, let's face it, 70–80% of the American people are overweight, need to lose a few pounds, and they can do it with Decafe Slim. So we've got Decafe Slim. We have Body Lure. It's a cellulite management form. Great for the ladies. My wife, she lives by it. She uses it every day. We have Energy, which is really great from the standpoint of anybody that has, that let down late in the afternoon. They need to pick me up when they, or need to go late into the night to study if you're in college or whatever the case may be. We've got a tremendous energy product. And we've got other products as well. The Petromax, which is a fuel catalyst, which sometimes it's a product that sits there. People don't, we don't use it. People don't use it that much. But I look at it and go, well, for every dollar you spend with that product, you probably save anywhere from $4 to $5. That to me is a pretty good return. Spend $1, get back 4 or 5. Spend $1, get back 4 or 5. But again, it's one of those products that's sitting there, and when people start using it, they become believers in it. But the point is we've got great products. But great products just makes you a Me Too company. I mean, there's 1,000 network marketing companies out there that have great products. That alone is not going to make you, the next billion-dollar entity. The second part of what we've got here is this whole concept of being consumers for charity. When I started Day One, that was the reason for it more than anything else, is I really wanted to have a program and a business where people give back. But I wanted to do something that was different and unique. And what we created here at Day One was the idea that, look, once you're making $250 a month, you can start giving to the charity of your choice, and whatever you give, up to 10%. For example, let's say you've got a $5,000 a month income from Day One, and you want to give 10%. That's $500. We'll match that $500, and it goes to the charity of your choice every month, month after month after month. And folks, I think that is the feel-good part of this business. This is what a lot of people, when they look at it, go, you know what? It's just being involved with a company that's based around the idea of giving, rather than just taking. I understand people need to make money first. And we're going to show you that in just a second. But it's an awfully good feeling to be able to give back. And once you're successful here, you're going to be able to do it. So that's the second cornerstone behind this company, is being consumers for charity. But, I just look at this slide. Yeah, I added this one in there. And I think it's more just for my own self, because when I see stuff like that, it makes me realize just how important it is to give. Because there's so many people in this world that are in need. And we can do something about it. So, again, we've got the products, we've got a great concept, and now we have a compensation plan for the ages. And I mean that. Folks, I've been in this industry for 38 years. I wrote one of the first multi-level commission engines back in the 70s that has now been adopted and used by everybody. I've been doing this since 1975. Think about that, writing comp plans in this industry. But nothing like what you're getting ready to look at right now. And when you see this compensation plan, you're going to realize that for the first time maybe ever in your life, you're at the right time and place with an opportunity for a real future. Because what we're doing truly makes everything else in the industry obsolete. I mean, that's a bold statement. It makes everything obsolete. But when you look at it, you're going to see that that's true. I mean, this is historical. It's industry changing. So let's take a look at what we've done here at Day One and why you should be really, really excited, like I am, and why I'm not retiring. Because I believe we're on a path to be one of the biggest companies of all times. Let's take a look. What you're looking at right now is kind of a simple explanation of the comp plans that exist today in the industry. On the left-hand side, you have the unilevel, stair-step breakaway, and the force matrix. This is just the fill pattern for those companies. On the right side, you get the binaries. That's what a lot of companies use today, is the binaries. What I want you to focus on in these two examples is that number 3-1 right there in the middle, because that's you, all right? Whether you're in the unilevel, stair-step breakaway, the force matrix, or you're over here on the right side of the binary, that 3-1 is you. And I want you to look at that and think, okay, how much money are you making? Well, obviously, how do you get paid in this industry? You get paid on, the other people that are within your organization. And when you have people within your organization and that organization grows, your income goes up and up. And folks, think about this. As flawed as these compensation plans are, they've still worked. People have become multimillionaires. People have changed their lives with these compensation plans. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, hey, they aren't wonderful because, hey, they've given me a life I would have never had before. But they are flawed. And when you can do something that makes them obsolete, you can't even put a price tag on it. You don't think of the MasterCard commercial, it's priceless. Well, what you're getting ready to look at is priceless, because here's what we've done. We've created the 777 linear plan. Now take a look at this. Look at the comparison. Look at the 7-7 linear plan. Look at you right here in this example, your 3-1. Now remember, if you come over here to the left, the unilevel, that's you, right? What have you got underneath of you? Nothing, so you're not making anything. If you look at the binary 3-1, what are you making over there? Well, you're hung out on that leg, and you haven't put anybody in, so you're not making anything. Well, here you are in day one's 7-7-7 linear plan. Try to do that one. That's a tongue twister. You're 3-1, but look at the difference. Everybody below you is earning you income. Everybody that signed up here after this is starting to earn you income. Now, again, that's never happened in the history of this industry, and you have to really understand just how big this is, because, again, if you go back over to the unilevel, this guy right here, 2-1, okay, he's actually above you. You're never going to get paid on anything he does, ever, in a unilevel or in the binary, because he's over here. He's not in your organization. You're here at 3-1. He's over here. Whatever he does, whatever his organization grows to, you're never going to see a penny on it. But with this compensation plan, guess what? Even though 2-1 sits above you, when he builds, all the people you see that he's put in, all these people, they're falling under you, and you're getting paid on it. Where in the world has that ever happened before? It has never happened ever, ever. And again, I know I've wrote these comp plans, but let me show you what continues to happen with this unique plan that we've created here at day one. All right. Now, you're getting ready to put in, somebody puts in somebody else. And the example we're using here is, by the way, these numbers, 20-7, what that means is that's the 20th person to get involved in the business, and he's actually enrolled by number 7. So if you go back up here and look on the board here, you find 7, that's right here. And the way this thing works, counts down 7. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks at 14, says, oh, there's somebody there. So it goes out to the right and fills in the first position to the right. So now somebody's gone in to the right of this linear plan, but guess what? You sitting here at 3-1, you're still getting paid on that person. And folks, this concept of 7 down, and then it goes 7 up, and then it fills a 7-person team fill, and that's what the 777 means. It continues to go to infinity, as you're going to see right now. Let me show you what continues to happen. Now, 2 wants to put in somebody right here. It goes down 7, looks across, it's filled up, so it comes over here and it puts 2. The 2 puts in number 21 right there. Now again, if you look over here on the other 2 comp plans, well, it went in over here. 2 went in, 21 went in over here over 2-1. That didn't do you any good. You're still making nothing. Over here, that 21-2 went in under 8-2. Well, guess what? You're over here. You're still making nothing. But when it went in here under our linear, you're getting paid on it. Now look what. And now I'm just going to go this very quickly. I want to show you what continues to happen. More people are coming in. Watch what happens as this continues to fill, folks. People are coming into the linear, right? They're coming in, but remember, every time they're coming in, here you are. You haven't put in anybody yet, because the people coming in, you don't see any 3s on the right-hand side. That would be you enrolling somebody. You're sitting here. You haven't enrolled anybody in the unilevel, nobody in the binary, and you haven't enrolled anybody here, but you've got all these people under you that now you have the capability to earn money on, and it continues to go. It continues to grow, continues to grow, continues to grow, continues to grow. Oh, I love this thing. And it just continues to fill as people are putting other people. And again, ladies and gentlemen, you haven't put anybody in yet. But look how big your organization is starting to grow in the linear. Look where you're making over here in the binary. How much are you making now? Oh, nothing. Oh, well, let's look at the unilevel. What are you making over here? Oh, still nothing. Well, let's see what happens. Well, we're going to add somebody else. Yeah, you benefit again if you're in our program. Somebody else goes, oh, you benefit again. You can see what this continues to do. Oh, somebody else goes in over here, you benefit again. This thing continues to grow and grow. But again, 3-1, nothing, nothing. What have you got here? Everything. I mean, think about what you have here. This has never, ever happened in the history of this industry. There is no comp plan even close to this. Nothing that resembles it, nothing that works like it. And what do you think is going to happen when the world out there finds out about what we're doing here? I mean, nobody knows. We're the best kept secret in America right now. I know that, but that doesn't scare me. I love it because I know what we have. I'm looking at the same page you're looking at. I can get that. I see that, hey, you know, this is different. If you take anybody that we're looking at on this page right now, go look at 6-4 over here under the unit level. See the guy I'm circling right here, 6-4. What's he making? Well, he's got nobody underneath him, right? You don't see anybody coming out, so he's making nothing. Well, what's he making over here? Well, he's in a binary. He's only got one leg, and you have to have 2 legs to earn anything in a binary. So even those people are falling underneath him, he doesn't make anything because he doesn't have 2 legs. So 6-4 is making nothing. Now let's go over to our plan. Where's 6-4? Oh, there he is. What do you think he's getting paid on? Everybody else below him. Everybody, including all these people here, these people here. Ladies and gentlemen, never been done. Doesn't exist anywhere. And we're talking about companies that go to $1 billion in sales with these comp plans. What do you think is going to happen here? And folks, I forgot to mention, this is so unique that we've actually filed for a patent. We are now patent pending because no one has ever done anything close to this. All right, let's get back to what's happening here. You're 3-1. Now, in order to get paid on this thing, and this is one we call it the power of one, you got to put in at least one person. So let's see what happens. Here you go. You're you put in the 34th person went in, and you decided to enroll somebody. That's you 3. Remember, you're right here. And the way this works, just remember, you're here. It counted down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that spot's filled, so you can't put a person there. So it looks over to the right, and it looks up and says, where's the first person out? That's this guy right here that doesn't have a 7-man team. Oh, well, he doesn't have a 7-man team, so we'll put your guy right here. So that's where the person that you enroll went. But guess what? You just helped this guy, this one, this one, this one, this one, and guess what? You're getting paid on it too. Now let's go back over to where we're looking at the unit level and the binaries again. Well, here you go. You got the one person now. So what are you getting paid on over here? One person. Okay, here you're on the binary. You got one person. What are you getting paid on here? Well, nothing because you don't have a right leg. You have to have 2 legs. So you're still getting nothing. But over here, you're getting paid again on everything you see. And ladies and gentlemen, it just gets better and better because what happens with this is it continues to grow. As people look down the 7, it looks over and it comes out and it finds the first open spot and it puts in another team member. And then what happens is each one of these right here is 7 or more people going down and you're getting paid on those. And this one comes out here. This is filling by 7 more because these came from, these right here came from these people. These people came from these people. And it continues to fill across and down. And guess what? You're getting paid on 20 pay lines deep. This stops at 16 here in the example. But you're getting paid on 20 pay lines deep and across to infinity. To infinity. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. Again, never been anything like this ever in the history of this industry. And you're sitting here looking at it, and you're at the foundation. And remember, it's the best kept secret in America. So, ladies and gentlemen, what does this mean to you in dollars and cents? I'm just going to kind of make this up. You've seen I think you've seen the fill pattern, so you get what happens here. It's unlike anything that's ever been done. But what does this mean to you from a fill pattern standpoint? Well, this example you're looking at right now, if you're again, remember you're number 3 and you're in yellow, all right? And this is kind of how a unit level fills, okay? You got one person here and they got 1. And then all of a sudden, this guy right here, he got 3, and these 3 got 3, that's 9. Those 9 got 3, that's 20. And so it started filling, and so you had some growth. And guess what? You're getting paid in this example. And again, we're using this just as illustration. It's actually more in our comp plan. But let's say every person's only worth $1 to you, okay? So in this unit level you're building, you've got 730 people, and you're making $1 on each one, so that's $730. Well, that's not bad. That's okay. That's good. Now, obviously, you can't expect to get paid on 1 or 2 or 4, 5, 6, and 7 because they're outside your organization and they have nothing to do with you, and so they're not going to help you, not working with you, and their organization has nothing to do with your organization, right? Well, that's true, except if you're in our linear plan, because guess what? All these people in red now would fall into your organization, so now you've got 5,490 people times $1, and it's 5,400. Now, I said that incorrectly. They don't all fall in your organization. You're going to have a few that fall outside the 20 pay lines. So my guess is probably about 80% of this money right here would go to you, about 80% of that dollar amount right there. But which would you rather have? This amount here, 80% of 5,000, or would you rather just have your $730 for the same amount of work? I think we all know the answer to that question. But guess what? Same thing happens in a binary. It's actually even better in a binary because look at what happens. Here's you here, and let's say you did have a left and a right leg, and you got 100 on your lesser leg and 400 on your power leg, and you get paid on the lesser leg, so you're making, times $1, right? So you got 100 people, so you're making $100. Well, okay, that's okay. That's you got a little organization going. That's great. But what if, for that same amount of effort, you were in day one's 777 linear? Then what would happen is, not only would you be paid on that 100, you'd also be paid on these 400, but then remember the red over here, 2, 3, 2, and 4, and 5, they're outside your organization. You'd never see anything from them, ever. In any comp plan would you ever be paid on. But guess what happens here? All that now falls into your linear pay, and so all these people, these power legs grow and these legs grow, you're making it. So now this is maybe an exaggerated example, but which would you rather have, the $100? Or 80% or 70% or 60% of whatever that figure is? I think we know the answer. Guys, if you get this tonight and you understand what we're doing here, you realize there is no company you'll ever have the success that you're going to have here. I mean, this is in an early stage. What's going to happen is this is going to grow exponentially. As this thing gets bigger and bigger, and there's 50,000 members and 100,000 and 200,000, then the benefits here grow exponentially over any other comp plan for you. So it doesn't get any better than what you've got right here. So here's your decision tonight. If you're in network marketing, or you have been, and you didn't do well, or maybe you did well and you just retired, or whatever it is, you probably worked with either this comp plan here or this comp plan here, and you saw, and if it wasn't you, maybe you were one of these guys who could really build, and just half your other people got hung up and they quit. But the point is, what do you want? Do you want this, or do you want what's over here? Do you want what's under the linear? And remember, no matter what number you pick over here and compare it to these over here, this is going to be anywhere from 100% to 500% more, no matter how successful you are on the other two. I mean, that's what you've got here. There is no comparison. We just made the entire industry obsolete. I was going to say that, and people say, well, "Are you serious?" Yeah, I mean, this doesn't lie. This is not exact. This is how it works, folks. There's never been anything like this, and you get to be at the foundation. I'm probably taking a little more time tonight than I wanted to, but I just think it's so important for everybody to get what we have here, because here's the million-dollar question. How do you get the things in life you want? Well, it's real simple. If you really truly want to have, the house and the home and the car and the planes and the boats and the education and the vacations, and you really want all those things, well, you can have them. Everybody in America can have them. But there's two things that have to happen. You got to have a real opportunity first, and I think I just showed you the biggest opportunity of this century. I mean, guys, we're talking. This comp plan is going to replace 60 years of what's been done in this industry. 60 years of what everybody's done, we're going to replace it. And guess what? You can't get it anywhere else. This is a patent-pending compensation plan. Nobody else is going to have it but here at day one. So you got to have a real opportunity. And the second thing is you got to have a success formula. I'm going to give you the easiest success formula in the world. I mean, it can't get any easier than this. What you're going to do, if you're already in, great. You've already done the first part, was join. But if not, join. Whoever brought you here, go back, talk to them, join. That's step one, because let me tell you something about this comp plan. Sooner is better. The sooner you get in, the better it is going to be for you. And that's a fact. So join. And the second thing is start sending people to watch a presentation. Now, here's the exciting part. We're not going to be doing it like this very much longer with the Google Hangout. I mean, this is nice, and I wanted to do this because I wanted to create a way to let people start seeing what we're doing. But the reality is, this is going to go viral. We have to have a fast way to let people see what we're doing. And it can't be bottlenecked based on me doing a live presentation. So we're working on an animated presentation of this comp plan, and you're going to have it within the next 2 weeks. And once you have that, folks, you're going to be able to grow this thing as fast as you're going to want to go, because this system will work of just sending people to look at what we're doing. They're going to join. They're going to send people to watch. They're going to join. They're going to send people to watch. And guess what ends up happening? You've got a success formula that's truly going to be your day one, and it's going to be your answer for anything you've ever dreamed of financially. And I know that. I know that with all my heart. So let me jump out of here. and come back on the big screen for just a moment, and I'll close out the call. "38 years. 38 years I've been doing this. And I was retiring, as I said at the beginning of this. Once I wrote this comp plan, I can't even sleep at night anymore. I know what we have here. And I know we've got a big job ahead of us to share it with everybody. But, folks, here's how simple it is to share this. I started doing something in just the last week because of this comp plan. I couldn't ask what I'm talking. I couldn't have said this before because, most people when they want to introduce somebody to a business opportunity, they have no way to really do it because they're kind of like, well, what if the guy doesn't like my products, or he doesn't like network marketing, or whatever? What am I going to do? I'm going to get rejected and rejected and rejected. You know what you do here? Because we are going to change the entire industry. And I started doing it. I started asking everybody a very simple question. I'm talking about friends, family, strangers, acquaintances, people I bump into. I just ask them, hey, have you ever been in network marketing, or are you in it today? It's a pretty simple question. Have you ever been in network marketing, or are you in it today? Now, why would I ask that question? Because no matter what a person says, and number one, when you're very honest and very straightforward, guess what? There isn't any rejection. A person's going to tell you right point blank right there, yes, I'm in it right now. Or, no, I never have been. Or, yes, I was, but no longer. Or, no, I don't like network marketing. I would never do that. Is that one of these scam things? No matter what a person says, and that's the beauty of it. My response to every person is the same because I have something different. I have something to share that no one's ever seen before. I just answer, that's good. That's really good. And that means if a person says, I hate this industry, well, they don't even know why, but I say, well, that's good. That's really good because I got something you have to see. If they tell me, yeah, I'm in network marketing, guess what? That's good. I have something you have to see. If they tell me, no, I've never been in it, I say, that's good. I have something you have to see. If they tell me, well, I was in it, but I didn't do too well, so now I'm out, but got mixed emotions, that's good. I have something you have to see. And guess what happens? They're going to go see this presentation. In less than 2 weeks, you're going to be able to send them directly to your website. You're going to have a capture page there. They're going to go see this presentation about this compensation plan that's going to completely change the industry. And you know what's going to happen? 3, 4, 5 out of every 10 you send is going to sign up. They're going to enroll. They're going to get involved. And ladies and gentlemen, this whole compensation engine drives on just 2 to 3 people. If you are able just to get 2 to 3 people, if you can just ask that question until you end up with 2 to 3 people, you're going to have tremendous success here. But imagine if you kept asking the question over and over and over. Can you imagine what could happen? You literally could have 100,000 people one day in your organization, because once you put in a 10 or 20, and those people go get 10 or 20, they'll go get 10 or 20. Everybody knows the math. If it starts to go virally, all of a sudden you got 100,000 people. And you're getting paid almost $2. It'll work out between everything. You're getting about $2 per person per month. And that's if they're only doing one auto ship, one small product order a month. You're talking about that kind of income could happen. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but what if it's only $500 or $600 a month or $1,000 a month just from asking a few people, hey, have you ever been in network marketing, or are you in it today? You think about that. And you just say, whatever the response, great or good. I got a presentation. I got something you have to see. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's your success formula. And guys, listen, I got to close with this. I have never worked my whole life because I've been in this industry. And I got it at an early age because I learned very early on that it's about numbers. It's just numbers. That's all it really is. But with this compensation plan, we've just changed the whole game plan, because now the numbers work in your favor all the time. It just can't get any better than this. So go start telling the world. I'll be doing at least maybe 1 or 2 of these Google Hangouts. Just go to 777linear.com to see when I'm going to do the next presentation. I'm going to do 1 or 2 more until we get your capture page up with this presentation done. And let me tell you, it's going to be done professionally. It's going to be animated. It's going to drive people crazy when they see it. But until then, I'll continue to do it. Get people here. Let's get this thing rolling. You'll never find a better opportunity. And I mean this. You can go to any other company. You can do anything else you want to do in this industry. You're never going to find anything like this, because it doesn't exist except here. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you don't sleep tonight. Good night.